So if you take nothing else away from this video, take this. Go and open a credit card now if you don't have one as yet. Now, why are credit cards even important? Well, they are an amazing credit building tool. But why is credit important? Well, you need it to get loans for cars, for houses. You even need it on dating apps now. People can reject you if you have a sucky credit score. And we don't want that, right? And the next thing is, if you want a nice credit card at some point, you need good credit for it, right? But the first step to doing that is opening a credit card to build that credit. So when is the best time to open a line of credit? That would be now. If you're at least 18 years old, go and open that credit card. Do this for your future self. If you opened a credit card 1 year ago, you'd have 1 year of credit today. 2 years ago, 2 years of credit. And the longer your credit history, the better your credit is. And it's not as if you can snap your fingers and just create an amazing credit score. It takes time, and it's literally out of your control. All you have to do is go and open the credit card and let time do the rest. And you don't want to end up in a situation where you say to yourself, oh man, I wish I had just gone and just opened that credit card 2 or 3 years ago and have an amazing credit score now so I don't get rejected from this lease or this card that I really want. And what is a credit card? A credit card is just an easy way to take a loan from a bank. Every time you swipe that card, you take a loan from the bank, and it is a loan, so it has to be paid back. Let's dispel some myths about credit cards. They ruin your life and get you into credit card debt. This is not true. Credit cards don't do that to people. People do that to people. You do that to yourself, right? If you're not responsible, well, I guess just don't get a credit card. You know, this is for people who are financially responsible and seek to better themselves in life. The next thing is to spend only what you have. Treat the credit card like a debit card. If you don't have the money in your checking account, don't spend it. Simple as that. And the two most important things to know when using credit cards: keep your credit utilization low. Credit utilization is basically what percentage or what fraction of your total overall credit you use each billing cycle. And this is taken as an average over time, right? So if you want to figure out what your credit utilization is, just take the amount that you spent for that billing cycle, right, and divide it by the total credit that you have, and that percentage is your credit utilization rate. You want to keep that. It is advised to keep it below 30%. I personally recommend keeping it between like 3 and 5%. That's a sweet spot, I think, for a good credit score. The next thing is never miss a payment. Everybody that is good with their finances knows that this is not even an option. You are not allowed to miss a payment. This stays on your credit record for years, and this will set you back terribly. So missing a payment really and truly is just not an option for you. The next thing is pay in full after each cycle. Some people, they carry a balance, you know, they don't see a big deal in it. But if you want that tip-top credit score, right, to get you all the dates on that app I was talking about earlier, you're going to need to not carry a balance. So who can get credit cards in the United States? Well, pretty much anybody with a social security number or an ITIN number, and that is an individual taxpayer identification number. Yes, there we go. So that's basically every US citizen, international students with jobs, as well as immigrant workers. So if you're here in the US legally and you have a social security number, an ITIN number, you can get a credit card. You can also get it as a non-citizen if you are added as an authorized user to somebody's existing credit card, and this person would already have a social security number and ITIN number. You also have to be at least 18 years old. I've heard it can be more difficult to get it if you're below 21. You'd have to show some kind of proof of income or have a checking account with the bank to establish that basic relationship with them. Next thing you can do is have your parents add you as a authorized user, and you piggyback on their credit, and their history becomes yours, and already you have a leg up in the credit world. A leg up? I don't like what that sounds. How about a foot forward? There we go. Yeah, that sounds more appropriate. So how do you go about getting that first credit card? Well, an easy way to do that is to get a cash secured credit card. Some banks offer these, like Bank of America, Capital One, and Discover. Offer secure cards, cash secured cards. To get an unsecured card, what would happen is the bank or the institution would have to pull your credit report, and what this does, it causes a hard inquiry to appear on there. Now, hard inquiry results in a temporary dip in your credit score, but too many of these in a short period of time looks terrible. It makes you look desperate, like you're begging for credit, and it really just brings down that credit score even more. So don't just go around applying for credit cards, unsecured credit cards that is, because it doesn't look good, and it makes getting credit cards harder in the long run. So awareness of hard inquiries, very important. The next thing you want to do is minimize the chances of a rejection after a hard inquiry, because you're already temporarily lowering your credit score, the last thing you want is to lower that credit score and not get the thing that you're applying for. There is no win there. So either work to build up that credit score first, being added as a authorized user on somebody's card, or get a cash secured card and use that cash secured card to build up some credit history, and then you apply for the unsecured card. Or you could just kind of risk it, you know, that happens sometimes and people get rejected. That's okay. Just give some time after that rejection, allow the credit to heal, and then try again. So types of credit cards: there's the low tier credit cards that usually have a $0 annual fee, and then there's the mid tier credit cards that have an annual fee at times and some benefits to them, like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And then you want to go up some more to the high tier credit cards, and these cards usually have like way more benefits and typically lounge access in airports, like the Capital One Venture X, the Amex Platinum, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And you go into the realm of the exclusive cards where you have to actually be invited to apply for these, like the Ritz-Carlton Black card from Chase, as well as the Amex Centurion card from American Express. And like I was mentioning before, this is where you really start to have fun with credit cards. You know, yes, they are amazing credit building tools, but it can also become a game at some point, you know, where you're trying to maximize the rewards, the benefits, all the miles, you know, to go to those airports, those lounges, those hotels. Some cards allow you to pay your rent. Some have perks like Walmart Plus, Hulu, you know, American Express has all of that. And this is going more into the credit card game, but that's not what this video is about. There are many YouTube videos on this. I can actually recommend 3 channels that I learned pretty much everything I know about credit cards from. So Daniel Braun, Brian Jung, as well as John's Finance Tips. These guys, they know everything about credit cards. They cover it comprehensively, and they stay on top of the game, and they don't miss a beat. So they can tell you way more about the perks, you know, the offers, and all that stuff, more than I ever could. Yeah, with that, I hope this video wasn't a complete waste of your time and that something valuable was taken away from it. And yeah, just remember to, you know, eat healthy and work out, you know, practice good hygiene, be kind to people, and just go easy.